So hey, this is Teresa Rains. I am the new membership chair for the Fine Arts League of Cary. So just wanted to do a first recording to say hello, introduce myself, and show you around some of the areas that you'll want to get more familiar with. And I'll do more in-depth recordings for each of these. So our FALC website, the Fine Arts League of Cary Facebook page, as well as cafe. Those are three assets, resources that you have that I want to make sure you are able to leverage as fully as possible. So I'm going to go ahead into the Fine Arts League website. Do encourage you to fill out your artist directory. That way everyone in FALC can get to know you better. And here we can just pick Beth Barger, for example, photo, and then a sample of her artwork. And then she's uploaded a couple of albums. So she does animal portraits. Here you can see that. So if you haven't already filled out your directory, I encourage you to do that. Also, events and programs. This is definitely an area that you'll want to spend time on the website. So we are working to make this better. We recognize that sometimes the events can be a little bit confusing, so you'll also want to make sure that you are reading the monthly newsletters that come out. They'll detail all kinds of things, but here is where you would go to register for events. So here is the next show at the Maton, for example. If you wanted to participate, you would need to register and submit an application through Cafe. And then we have a couple of rotating exhibits as well. So Wake Med Reflections Gallery is pictured below here. And then Glen Eyre is actually one that I've been volunteering at for the last year as the chair for that exhibit change. That is coming up on December 1st. It is not curated or juried. So if you are interested in showing your work, come out to Glen Eyre between 10:30 and 1:30 on December 1st. And I'll be happy to get your art up on the walls there. So all the different events are a little bit different. Some are curated, some are juried. Glen Eyre happens to be one that is neither, so it's a great entry-level venue. And then we also have a couple of other events here. The Fine Arts League of Cary's Wake County Teen Exhibit that is happening next year. So this is a event that we are very involved in. There's a juried exhibit that I didn't get into this year or last year. You keep trying. Don't give up hope. That's kind of how the art world works. There are over 300 people in the Fine Arts League of Cary, so even though Cary is small-ish, and the events typically can accommodate between 30 and 70 paintings, so don't give up hope and just keep trying. So fill out the directory, check for events, do register online, but I also wanted to show you the cafe setup. So cafe is where we are doing a lot of our submissions now, because they make it very easy to keep track of the art that's been submitted, to do the name tags and how much the art costs. In some cases there is an entry fee. The members show, for which we're having an awards event on December 3rd, is an annual free event, and it is not juried. It's at the Page Walker Art Center, and unfortunately, if you didn't submit already, you missed this year's opportunity, but there's always next year. and it is limited to 70, so it's the first 70, sort of first come, first served, if you will. So you do need to read the newsletters, stay on top of the events on the website. But you can see here that in my instance of cafe, it did receive my application for the next Maton show. So I submitted 3 pieces. The entry fee was $15, and that is kind of a hanging fee because we, even though we have volunteers doing the hanging, it's still a lot of work on behalf of all of FALC. And then there is a commission as well that would get paid to FALC should your work sell. We've had a lot of pieces sell from this most recent show, I think now as many as 6. So getting into the Maton is great. I have sold pieces there, had a very good show a few months back. So, encourage you to submit there as well as some of the other places like Prose Epicurean, etc. So on Cafe, you do need to set up your own username and login. I have that already, and I've been using it for a couple of years now. Even before I joined FALC, I was using Cafe to enter other events. And so you can see, I think I started my first one in 2019, where I had a piece accepted into a little show in Raleigh. But the most recent one was what you also saw on that other page, the Maton. So here are my submissions. I submitted 3 pieces. You can submit up to 3. And here I am sort of reviewing my application. So $15 for the 3. You can build a portfolio, and so that's kind of how it works. Just like you build your directory on our website, you can also build up your cafe portfolio. And this isn't just for FALC. This is nationwide. So you can apply to calls anywhere. You could submit your art to any open call. Some of them do have fees, and so I started just being mindful of how much money I was spending on applying to things, and only applying to those things that I thought I might actually get into. And that was also part of the reason why I joined FALC, because I thought maybe going local might be better. And here's where you want to go in and upload your art. And so the most recent ones that I uploaded are down here, my little palm tree series that I was working on. So you just go to add media, you choose your file from your computer. So here, if I wanted to submit this one as a combined piece, because it actually is a diptych, I could do that. I uploaded them as separate pieces because that's what I had to do for the Maton because of the size limitation. So that's another thing that I wanted to maybe encourage, is that there's usually a lot of specifications about artwork can't be smaller than 1010. Here's what the $15 fee is for. Certain requirements on the wires, the depth of the painting, usually required to be 1.5 inches unless it's framed. And if it is unframed, it should be a gallery wrap canvas that is painted on the sides. So all of the different exhibits that we do have these display guidelines, and they vary from venue to venue, but there are some commonalities. But here you see the one that was a constraint for me was that it couldn't be longer than 54 inches, and those two combined would have been 72, so I had to submit them separately. So just read the requirements carefully. And then last thing I wanted to talk about was the FALC Facebook group as well. So let's pull that up. So we'll go to FALC members group. So just wanted to make sure that you know that we also have this member group. This is actually from last year's Members Award event at the Page Walker Art Center. Again, happening on December 3rd. Hope you guys can come out, and I'm gonna try and do a lunch, brunch type new member event beforehand, so kind of piggybacking on the fact that we'll have this awards event in the afternoon. I'll either do it at the Cary Arts Center or maybe a coffee shop or a lunch venue in Cary. I'm still figuring that out. But if you haven't joined yet, there will be a button here that says join group, and it will send that to the administrator. I don't know who all are administrators on the FALC site. I am not one of them. I'll see if I can get access so that I can approve you faster if I'm in there. But someone should be able to approve you in short order, and then you can get in here and start communicating with other members. So here's Rose posting some family trees, which is cool. Look at those people in there. And then Sarah just posted something not too long ago. She was trying to paint this and she wanted some advice about this color blue. And she got a lot of great feedback. 46, I don't know if this is 46 people saw it or commented, but a lot of activity, and most impressed with Gio, who actually painted something and showed her the palette and his mixing technique, which is great advice, right, from other fellow artists. So get in here, check it out. Hope to see you at an upcoming event soon. I will do more detailed recordings soon as well, so those will be coming. Thanks. Bye.